When we last left the Doom Marine, now the Doomslayer, he had been teleported to somewhere by Samuel Hayden. While the fallout from the Spider Mastermind's defeat remained unknown, destroying the energy resource meant the portal would be shut and Hell's forces denied their invasion. The day was saved. How he would continue his campaign of vengeance against the demons is also a mystery. Of course, as the saying goes, somehow the forces of Hell returned.
The deceiver, Samuel Hayden, has fallen. The Ark is no more. This area is no longer...
Years after the events of Doom 2016, it's revealed that they've taken over, killing a ton of people. The planet has become twisted and marred thanks to the demonic influence. Some left, cryogenically frozen in spacefaring lifeboats, but the governments and leaders who remained formed the Armored Response Coalition, or ARC. Though it's overwhelmingly outmatched by the demons, led by 3 corrupt agents and bolstered by the massive Thrall, the ARC continues to rebel. Behind the scenes, the corrupt agents, previously known as the Order of Dag, and the Forces of Hell worked with the collaborator Khan with the demons from Hell. While she controlled the Night Sentinels, which opposed the demons, the collaborator feared that someone would destroy her. Wanting to sustain her control, the collaborator would take any steps necessary. The Doom Marine would subsequently arrive on the scene and join the Night Sentinels, followed shortly by an attack by Hell's forces. To give them a fighting chance, Samur enhances the Marine to push to its maximum limit. This granted the Marine enormous strength, creating the Slayer, and allowing the Night Sentinels to defeat the demons. It was also a part of a larger ploy by Davath, as he was manipulated by the Khan and Samur, but we'll get to that much later.
Portal ready in 3, 2...
During all of this, the collaborator eventually learned about Hell Essence. She would work with the Order of the Dag, who falsely claimed to serve the best interests of King Novik and the Night Sentinels. Further investigations into the demons revealed the truth of a unique energy. By using Sentinel energy from the source that empowered the Night Sentinels in exchange for protection and Hell's Essence harvested from human souls, that unique energy was formed. On the one hand, this energy could prove great power, even powering weapons like the Doomslayer's Praetor armor. However, it also meant conquering numerous worlds, killing endless numbers of humans, and harvesting their souls. Spurred by the desire for greed and wary of the Doomslayer, the collaborator would push for more energy. Eventually, she would form a pact with Davath, siphoning the energy for herself. The demons would subsequently have free reign over the collaborator's area, torturing mortals and creating soul spires for energy. Eventually, the Night Sentinels would learn of these plans and wage war against Khan. The downside is that many of their brethren had sided with the Khan, and they were turned into marauders. The Night Sentinels were pretty much finished at this point, but hilariously, Hell's forces weren't victorious. That's because the Doomslayer continued doing what he does best, ripping and tearing. Not necessarily in that order, but effectively enough to instill fear into the demons. Despite everything they tried, it wasn't enough to stop the Slayer. If anything, he was becoming more powerful and more relentless. Thus, the demons did the only thing they could, laying a trap and sealing the Slayer inside of the sarcophagus, where he slept for an unknown number of years. Of course, Samuel Hayden and the UAC would discover him, and the ripping and tearing would begin anew.
That control pod contains the energy source of the BFG 10,000. I'm lowering it for you now.
Telling you he's on his way! I need you to...
With all that out of the way, we come to the start of Doom Eternal. The demons have laid waste to everything, and the Ark is out of its depths. Suddenly, the Slayer ventures forward, accompanied by Vega, or a copy of the original from the previous game. Wasting no time, he slays a Hell Priest, Dag Nilok's corrupt agent. Venturing further, he discovers Dag Renak's, one of the corrupt's agents. Renak's demise causes the collaborator to step up her plans. Following Vega's advice, the Doomslayer locates Samuel Hayden, or at least his damaged body, and the Crucible. He then finds out Dag Grav's whereabouts. The Slayer takes down Dave Grav and Khan. The day may have been temporarily saved in Doom Eternal, but unfortunately, the demons aren't done by a long shot. The Slayer ventures out to find the Samur and learns that he's Samuel Hayden after implanting the latter's consciousness into it. The Slayer then makes his way to Hell's Blood Swamps, but he finds the Davith's life sphere and takes it with him instead. The goal is to resurrect Davith and slay him. This will kill all the demons currently outside of Hell and perhaps, finally, end their invasion once and for all. The Slayer ventures forward, taking out any opposition. After inserting the Davith's life sphere into the device, and what form he should take but the Slayer himself, he then invites the Slayer for a final showdown. However, the Slayer now faces another demonic invasion, but ventures forward. While he's seemingly alone, the Night Sentinels arrive to back him up, signaling the start of a massive battle. The rest of the forces deal with the demons, while the Slayer eventually comes face to face with Davith. The latter then makes a shocking revelation. While he invaded other realms and fought the Khan's forces, he was defeated by one who took his role, and later became known as the AI Vega. He wanted the Khan to fail by using the Slayer, which caused her downfall. Of course, he also spurred Samur to turn him into the Slayer. All of this was for naught though, as the Slayer would ultimately defeat Davith and put an end to the demons running amok outside of Hell. The Slayer would fall unconscious, however, since not only is he fueled by the unique energy, but also the Davith's. Afterwards, he would be sealed back in the sarcophagus. Maybe he's being left to recuperate. Maybe he'll one day return and wreak havoc on Hell's forces once more. For the time being, however, the Slayer rests and awaits an unknown fate. And that's the complete story of the Doom franchise, starting with the Doom Marines' origins and initial battles with Hell to swearing unending vengeance upon its forces, his induction into the Night Sentinels, transformation into the Slayer before becoming sealed, until he reawakens once again and resumes his vengeance. From saving the day once again, twice, to getting revenge for the Night Sentinels and slaying the Order of the Dag and the Khan, until finally taking down Davith. This doesn't necessarily mean Hell isn't full of demons or other powerful demons. The Slayer's journey isn't necessarily over, but on pause. Perhaps the events of Doom: The Dark Ages, a prequel to Doom 2016, and focusing on the Slayer's life, will shed new light on him. Perhaps it's a series of dreams that he's dreaming while resting in the sarcophagus. Either way, whether you think his task is done, there's still plenty of ripping and tearing to come when Doom: The Dark Ages launches on May 15th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC. Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.